If you want to deal with the volumes, like you have volume for associated to one of the EC2 instance, you need same volume for another EC2 instance. So if the EC2 instance in same availability zone, you don't require for first instance, then what you can do? Just simply detach and attach it here. Okay. So, but if another instance is running in another availability zone, attaching and detaching and attaching is not possible. So, as both are running in two different availability zones. So, then what we need to do? Take the volume. Okay. You no need to detach it. You keep that volume attached to your EC2 instance. Okay. So, just create a snapshot. Create a snapshot of that volume. Snapshot will be in Mumbai region or whatever region you're working. It will be in same region only. So then create a volume from that snapshot. Okay, while creating, it will ask us, okay, do you want to enable encryption? In what availability zone you want to create? Choose your desired availability zone. So then you can attach it. So this is if another instance is in another availability zone. If it is in another region, create a snapshot, copy that snapshot. We have an option called copy. Copy that snapshot to desired region. So then you create a volume and attach it to your EC2 instance. Right. So that is another. If another EC2 instance is in another AWS account, same process. Take the volume, create a snapshot, modify snapshot permissions, share it with another AWS account by giving their 12-digit AWS account ID. So then the snapshot will come to his AWS account. Whatever region you are sharing from, he will get it in that region only. So then create a volume and attach it to the desired EC2 instance. So this is the process. Even if you want, you can make it public also. Okay, so when coming to the snapshots, so basically snapshot stores in S3. Again, if you go to your S3 bucket, you cannot find the snapshots. Amazon uses their S3 platform. Basically, whatever snapshot sizes and all, that snapshot size cost, like, AWS calculate based on S3 pricing only. AWS uses S3 platform. So that is one thing. And you cannot share DMK encrypted snapshot, default master key encrypted snapshots. Why? Because that encryption mechanism dedicatedly or exclusively with your own AWS account. If you share it with another AWS account, how that guy can view that snapshot? No, right? So it won't possible. But if you are creating CMK, customer managed keys, so then you can share it. But important thing is you need to share encryption key also. Okay, so that is another thing. And these snapshots, okay, works like a point in time copies. Basically, yesterday I have not talked about this. Basically, snapshots are point in time copies. For example, so you have taken a volume backup at 9:15 a.m. So you have an EC2 instance. The EC2 instance have a volume. Okay. So at 9:15, you have taken a snapshot. Okay. Now, after 9:15, if I add some more data to that existing EC2 instance volume, will that add it to this 9:15 automatically? No. It's a point in time copy. That means at 9:15, whatever data we have in that volume, only that particular data will come to the snapshot. If you want, you go and take a snapshot again at 9:30 till 9:30, whatever the data added, whatever the data modified in your existing EC2 instance. So that data will come in 9:30 a.m. snapshot. So backend, it uses incremental mechanism. So first backup is going to take some time, but second backup onwards, it's going to be pretty quick. Why? Because as I told you, it works with incremental. Whatever data modified, only that data will come into the snapshot. Now you might get a doubt. Hey Avinash, if something happened at 9:45, so something happened at 9:45, now do I need 9:15 one along with 9:31? Not really required. You always need most recent snapshot. As I told you, at 9:30, we have taken a backup. Even if this 9:15 one deleted also, you can restore from 9:30. You are not going to lose any data. So how it is going to work? What is the mechanism? That is completely AWS responsibility. But logic it uses is incremental backup mechanism. Okay, first backup is going to be full backup, then incremental mechanism. It uses AWS S3 platform. So cost also less for this snapshots. However, it comes under pre-tier eligibility. So once you're done with the practice, you guys delete it. Okay, so this is the another point. So now, for example, you have taken a snapshot at 9:30. You have snapshot at 9:15 also, right? So can I see, can I compare two snapshots and can I see whatever data modified and all? No. We cannot see whatever data we have inside a snapshot. If you want to see what exactly data we have, create a volume, attach to your EC2 instance, then only you can see all the data available in that. Okay. So by selecting a snapshot, you cannot say what data we have inside that. So then to automate this process, we have an option called DLM, Data Lifecycle Manager. So as I told you, if interviewer asks you what is your backup strategy, you need to mention 5 points I told you, right? So first, okay, so which service you are using? So you mentioned we are using Data Lifecycle Manager to perform the backup. So then how you are going to filter the resources? Okay, based on the tags. We have appropriate tags for the resources. So we are using a tag called schedule. Okay, backup is a key and schedule 1, schedule 2, prod schedule, non-prod schedule, you can talk anything. Okay, so then we are going to pick the resources by using the tags. So then if it is a production resource, we are taking like, backup, daily backup basically. For every 24 hours, one backup will happen at 3 a.m. That is the third point. For production resource, the backup retention period is 7 days. For non-production, you mention it as a 3 days. That is a retention period. So are you doing any cross region copy, cross account copy? You simply say no. Okay. So all you need is latest backup copy, then you can simply take. So these all we are talking about individual volume. But what about instance that we will discuss today? Entire EC2 instance along with operating system and settings, we can take that we will discuss today. Okay. So this is all about our last session. Right. So here in today's session, we are going to discuss a concept called golden AMI. Okay. But before that, any questions for me from classroom? Any questions? You guys are practicing? Okay. From online, any questions for me?
Hi Avinash, this is Ravi here.
Yeah, Ravi.
So yesterday you explained about the decrypted volume to encryption, right? Like to take a
Yes.
snapshot and then encrypt it. So is it like vice versa? Like can we decrypt the encrypted one?
No. So if the volume is not encrypted, so you can take a snapshot. From snapshot, you can create a volume and you can enable encryption, right? But an encrypted volume, so if you want to decrypt, no, that option I believe not available. So
Okay.
if it is encrypted, you can change the encryption keys and all. No option to disable that encryption.
Even if you take a snapshot and
Yeah.
that's not possible.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. All right.
Avinash,
Yes, please.
while connecting to mobile extern from EC2 instant, it is not connected. That means connected timed out error is showing.
Okay, so that means there is a problem with your security group if you are not able to get connected to your EC2 instance. So are you able to connect with PuTTY or any other option? You are
While
getting error from mobile extern, right? So did
PuTTY
you try
also
PuTTY option?
getting connected connection timeout or PuTTY also, but it is
Okay,
easy
so
for
then,
mobile extern. It is not converted to PPK to PPM file.
yeah, so now you are facing issue with mobile extern, you are facing issue with PuTTY. If you are facing issue with direct connect, so that is not problem with the application you are using. That is a problem with your security group. Go and verify your security group. Either open it for your local network like a MyIP or make it open for everyone. So then you try. Okay, if it is still giving any error, we have Slack. You post your security group screenshot and error screenshot in Slack. I'll pick that.
Okay.
Any other questions? All right. So let's start with the golden AMI concept. So when coming to this golden AMI, the concept is very simple, guys. Okay. So far, whatever instances we have launched, those are brand new EC2 instances, right? Okay. So, but in organization, whatever the instance we're going to launch, we need some default applications. For example, antivirus is very common thing. Antivirus is very common thing if it is a Windows instance and all. Correct. Or else your organization may have some standards. For example, if it is a company laptop, we are going to have a standard wallpaper. We are going to have some internal applications like Systems Manager App Store, right? So, or we have like some internal monitoring tools, whether you are away from the device, okay, or else when it is rebooted to monitor all those things, we are going to have some kind of internal applications. Okay, so now you got a request from a client that he need 5 EC2 instances or 10 EC2 instances, and all the 10 EC2 instances need to have some applications like a custom wallpaper, custom OS level users, and some antivirus application like some common tools like a MS Office, PDF viewer, antivirus. Okay, so basically they required all these customized applications. Now the count is not just one. If it is only one, okay, fine, you can take some time. You log in, you manually install all the things. So then you give that instance, you deliver that instance to your client. But he's asking for 10 instances. He's asking for 10 instances with customized settings. Okay, so now are you going to sit and are you going to launch each and every instance, connect to it, perform the installations and all, make that machine ready and deliver it? This is one option. So if his requirement is 10, okay, fine, 10 less number of less count only, but he's asking for 50 EC2 instances. Now what you do? Are you going to launch 50 plain or brand new instances, get connected to it, do all the manual things? This is one option. Another option is take one EC2 instance, log into it, whatever settings that guy is asking, antivirus, custom wallpaper, custom applications, web server configuration. So do all the customizations in that particular EC2 instance. Create a template of it. Template, technically call it as a AMI. AMI stands for Amazon Machine Image. So create a golden AMI. Golden AMI means customized AMI. Golden AMI means customized AMI. So you are taking one EC2 instance. This is a brand new. Okay, you are connecting to it. You are performing all the customizations, all custom settings. So once this EC2 instance is installed with all required applications and all, so then you take an AMI of this golden AMI, or technically we call it as an image or template. These image and template is common terminology, not AWS official ones, but we call it as a golden AMI in AWS. From this golden AMI, you can launch n number of the EC2 instances. You need 10, 20, 30, 50, 100. You select just you just give the number. All 100 EC2 instances will come with the customized settings you already performed. So which one is easy? In future also, if you got any request to similar settings and all, okay, you just need to pick this and launch it. Automatically, you will get all the settings. Some clients, basically, they will come up with requirements like a CIS. CIS stands for Center for Internet Security. That is one of the standard actually. So that is an organization. CIS is an organization. They define standards for every operating system. They verify each and every setting available in that operating system. Okay, if this setting is enabled, will it prone to any vulnerability, any attack, any issues? If yes, they will modify it. They will suggest us to modify it. Even we have it for iOS, Android also. So if you take the CIS, it's going to be 1,000 pages document. Now, if your client is asking, okay, hey Avinash, my EC2 instance need to comply with CIS standards. Now what I need to do? I need to read that 1,000 pages. I need to understand this. I need to apply that on one EC2 instance. Fine, but my requirement 50 instances. Do I need to repeat the task again and again? Obviously, a bit difficult, right? So we can spend time on one EC2 instance. Once it is ready, fully ready, then create an image of it. Create a image of it or a template of it or golden AMI of it. From that golden AMI, you launch a number of the EC2 instances. Okay. So this is a golden AMI concept. With these golden AMI, what you can do? We can do operations like a snapshot. For example, so you have a snapshot in like, account 1, you need it for account 2. It is possible, right? Similar way, you have a server or instance in Mumbai region. You need same copy in Mumbai region only. Either it is in same availability zone or different availability zone, but you need another copy. Okay, so instead of preparing everything, you take your first instance, create a golden AMI, then launch an instance from AMI. Technically, both are same. That is one option. Now, okay, please be on mute, someone. Right, so you have instance 1. You need similar instance in another region. So then what you can do, take an instance, create a golden AMI, copy that golden AMI to desired region, then launch an instance there. If you need it in another region. If you require it in another AWS account, take your EC2 instance, create a golden AMI, share that golden AMI with another AWS account. There we can launch an EC2 instance. Just like snapshot option scenarios, just like snapshot, but snapshot is individual volume only. Snapshot is just one volume, right? But here we are taking an entire EC2 instance with all the available settings, whatever services we have, whatever applications we have within that instance, those all will come, right? Okay, so that is an advantage with this golden AMI. So theoretically, is it clear, guys? If it is clear theoretically, we will launch one EC2 instance. We will do all the customized settings. Okay, so then we are going to create a golden AMI from that. Then we are going to launch an EC2 instance from golden AMI and we will verify whether we got all the settings or not. Okay, right. So now I'm navigating to instances. I'll explain it with the Windows as well as Linux. First, let's go with the Linux. Okay, launch instance. I'm going to call this as a base instance Linux. And I'm taking Amazon Linux here, T2 Micro. Key pair, I'm selecting my Linux KP. I'm going to choose an existing security group, my Linux SG. 8 gigs is fine, or else I want to add 1 more GB. Why? Because I want to do customizations, right? Volume customizations also I'll perform. So then click on launch instance. Okay, now instance is provisioned. It's in pending state. Okay, it's in running state now. I'm going to grab the public IP address, opening terminal, navigating to desktop and my key pairs folder. SSH-I, my Linux KP, EC2-user, @ paste the public IP address, type yes, and we got connected to it. Sudo space su2, switch to root user. All right. So now I want to verify how many volumes I have. Okay, volume name is XPDB. That 1 GB volume is there. I want to attach it. I want to make it as a permanent mount. I'm doing some customizations here for my base machine. In future, whatever the instances I'm going to launch, I need that 1 GB volume and I need some custom data. In that, Golden AMI launch instance also. So I'm preparing that with the help of base AMI. Okay. So first of all, MKFS-T dev it's a XFS. Okay. Dev XPDB. Okay, file system is created. So then what next? We need to mount it, right? mkdir. I'm calling it as volume 1. Now mount /dev XPDB. I'm going to mount it to volume 1. Okay, so now the next command is just verify lsblk, it's there, df space -th, it's there. So I want to make it as a permanent mount. Cat etc mtab, whatever the entry we got. Whatever entry we got, write it in etc fs tab. Do not touch that existing line. It's not copied. Come on, what happened to this? No, it's not copying. All right, it's copied now. Yeah. All right. Press escape, :W, write and quit. So now I can go inside that volume and I can create whatever the data. Okay, I'm going to create touch.a.txt, touchb.txt, or if you want to create something. Okay. So then pipe it. So we got all the 3 files. You see that it is created. So, okay, one setting I performed. I attached a volume, I made it available. I have written some data into that. Okay. So now I want to make it as a EC2, this EC2 instance as a web server also. So you remember the commands? Yum install stdpd-y. So then service stdpd start, chk config stdpd on. So then after navigate to var www.html, create index.html. Okay, I'm creating like a header 1. This is my Golden AMI web page, is a custom web page I'm giving. Press escape :WQ. All right, let's verify that output. I'm going to grab this instance public IP address, pasted that here, it is working. Okay, the web server also is another setting I performed here. Right. So in similar manner, if you want to perform any more standard settings and all, you do all the settings here. Now my machine is ready. My instance is ready. Now I need 10 EC2 instances with similar settings. I need Amazon Linux that must contain a 1 GB volume with some data. It must made as a web server with some custom web pages. That is what my requirement. Now I can select this EC2 instance. Okay, my instance is in running state only. I am selecting this EC2 instance, navigating to actions, image and template. The first option is create image. Select the first option, create image. Now, you might get a doubt, okay, can we keep this instance in running state and can we create an image? Of course, we can do that. Okay, but for best practice, AWS recommend us to stop it. Again, it is just a recommended setting, not mandatory setting. There is a difference between recommended and mandatory. Okay, recommended means if you are following it, it's good. There is no harm if you are expected result, then better follow it. But it is not mandatory. But if it is a mandatory means, yeah, you must. So it is recommended to stop instance if you don't get into any service corrupt issues and all. Okay, but can't we take this snapshot or can't we create this AMI when instance is in running state? Of course, we can do that. Okay, so but best practice is stop it, then create a golden AMI. Okay, so which one you're following doesn't matter whether you're keeping it in running state. Here, very small settings, right? Even it corrupts also, nothing happened. We can delete it, we can launch another one. But in organization, you're going to deal with some sensitive data. If that is corrupted, multiple teams are going to get affected and you need to give an explanation for that, why you not follow best practices and all. So better to stop instance. Stop the instance. Now instance is stopping. Once it is in stopped state, so then you go and create a golden AMI. It is stopping now. Okay, it's stopped state now. I'm selecting the instance, but before that, I just want to show, do I have any golden AMIs? Here under images, opening it in new tab. I don't have any images in this region. Okay. So now, actions, images and templates, create image. Now, what image name you want to give? Okay, golden AMI version 1 and description, Amazon Linux with 1 GB additional volume and Apache web server. All right. So now here you want to go with the 8 GB along with that 1 GB, right? You can select it. See, we have an option here, no reboot. Whenever you are keeping your instance is in running state and if you are taking snapshot or this golden AMI, so it might reboot. If you don't want to take any downtime, then make sure you select this option. Otherwise, AWS may reboot your instance also. But whenever it is in stopped state, no issue, no need to worry about that setting. Okay, we are going to get 8 GB volume and additional 1 GB volume. You see this delete on termination. I'm going to enable for additional 1 GB also. When I terminated my EC2 instance, generally this 8 GB only will delete. But along with that, I want to delete one more, that 1 GB also. I'm selecting it. Then scroll down, create image. Pretty simple steps. Select the instance. Okay, just select the instance, go to actions, image and template, give a name, description. Are you okay with this volume? So then create image, that's it. So now what happens in backend, you know? Generally, AWS, now whatever the base AMI you selected, right? This is a base instance, right? So we are going to get an AMI now. Directly, we are going to get a golden AMI here. We will get golden AMI, but in backend, what AWS will do, whatever the two volume, 8 GB volume and 1 GB volume we have here, right? AWS will create a snapshot on behalf of us for both the volumes. Those snapshots will be associated with our golden AMI. Did we perform that manually? No. I just simply selected instance, create a golden AMI, it is creating. But in backend, AWS will do this. Earlier, we used to do it manually. AWS don't have direct option. If you want to prepare a golden AMI, around 3 years back, you need to choose a root volume, only root volume. You need to choose a root volume. Then from that root volume, you need to create an image. First, you need to create a snapshot. With the help of that snapshot, you need to create an image. If you need additional volumes and all, again, manually, you need to create a snapshot. From that snapshot, you need to create a volume. You need to attach it to your EC2 instance. Lot of manual work we used to do. But later, they simply added this option. How many volumes you have for the existing instance, you select and you create a golden AMI, everything will come. This is much easier than the previous process and less complex also. If you still want to follow that process, we can do that. I'll show you that also. Okay, so now this golden AMI status, let's verify the status. Give a refresh. You see here, this is a golden AMI. If we scroll down to right side, here it is in available state. Now our golden AMI is ready. From this golden AMI, we can launch n number of the instances. Okay, so you can launch from this screen. You can select this launch instance from AMI. Otherwise, you follow regular process. You click on launch instance, give a name. I'm going to call this as a from golden AMI. Okay, so now I'm not selecting this quick start once. Left side of that quick start, you have an option called my AMIs. Select that my AMI. If you scroll here, you see this golden AMI version 1. I'm selecting it. Okay, if any other AWS account user shared any AMIs with you, you can find it here. Shared with me, you click here, you can find that shared ones along with your own ones. Okay, I'm selecting owned by me and I'm selecting golden AMI. This is one option. Otherwise, if you don't want to follow this, go to this AMI screen, select your AMI, click on launch instance from AMI, it picks automatically. You see here, it picks automatically. So anything is fine. Now, T2 micro, key pair. Okay, one small step I want to talk. For example, you have an existing EC2 instance. That EC2 instance is associated with a key pair. But somehow, you accidentally deleted that key pair. Okay, so as you deleted the key pair, can you get connected to the EC2 instance? No, right? So you have not prepared any custom passwords for your users. You have just key pair to get connected to the EC2 instance. Somehow, accidentally only, you deleted it or wantedly someone deleted it. Now you need to get into that EC2 instance. We can depend on this golden AMI. Okay, how we can depend on this golden AMI? It's very simple. So this is our base machine, and you forgot the password of this machine. Okay, so from this machine, just create a golden AMI. From golden AMI, launch a new EC2 instance. So whenever you launch new EC2 instance, technically both are same, right? But in final step, give a new key pair. Now what happened? AWS will update this EC2 instance with old key pair with new key pair. Okay. So if you got your old key pair back, you can use it to get connected to it. If you didn't get that, you have new key pair to get connected to it. Okay. This works only with Linux operating systems, not with Windows operating systems. Okay. Don't try this with Windows operating system. We have a different process for that. We will discuss that later. Okay. So even you can consider that as an interview question also. So interviewer may ask you, okay, you have an EC2 instance, like, accidentally you lost a key pair. So now you want to recover the EC2 instance, you want to get connected to the EC2 instance. So how you can do that? So first ask him whether that is a Linux instance or Windows instance. If it is a Windows instance, we have SSM, Systems Manager. We'll discuss later. If it is a Linux process, you simply mention, okay, I'll simply create a golden AMI. From golden AMI, launch a new instance. In final step, I'll give a new key pair. So then with the help of new key pair, we can get connected to it. Got the process? Got the process? Now, if I want, I can go and pick an existing key pair here. I can simply pick an existing key pair. This is the one. Okay, even I can go this option, proceed without a key pair also. Why? Because I already have key entry. This is a golden AMI. Or I can create a new key pair also. Create new key pair. I'm calling it as a temp KP. We'll see. Okay, .pem format, create key pair. Now, security group, I'm going to choose an existing security group, my Linux SG. Volumes, you see here, 8 gigs and 1 gig, both are coming automatically. So then click on launch instance. Now, if everything works well, without getting connected to the EC2 instance, we should get the web page. Okay, let's see. Okay, this is a new instance we launched from Golden AMI. It's in running state. Let's grab the public IP address of this instance and let's give that here. You see here, did I connect it to the EC2 instance at least? My base machine is still in stopped state only. Why? Because I created a golden AMI that no longer required now. Okay, so this I'm able to get web page automatically, and also let's get connected to it. Grab the public IP address. Okay, SSH-I. I'm using temp KP. Why? Because I lost that my Linux KP. I deleted that my Linux KP. EC2 user. Gave the public IP address of that new instance. Gave yes and sudo space su. Clearing the screen. If I gave ls, I have that volume 1. If I gave lsblk, you see this? Okay. If I go to this volume 1 and you see I have all the 3 files. I have all the data. Where I prepared this data? My base machine. From base machine, how many instances I'm going to launch? Every single EC2 instance will have same settings. Okay. I no need to launch a brand new one. I no need to install anything. Okay. So this is a golden AMI concept. Now, similar instance. Now this instance is running in Mumbai region. Okay. So if I want it in Mumbai region, simply I launched it here and we verified it, right? But I need it in some other region like a Singapore region. So then what you can do here, go to this golden AMI, go to AMIs, whatever AMI you have, select it, go to actions, copy AMI. Copy AMI to which region you want to copy. Okay, I need it in Singapore. I can select Singapore and copy. You need it in Sydney, you go and select Sydney, you copy it. So now what happened in Sydney, same copy will create. There I can launch instance and everything is going to be same as this. If you want to share it with another AWS account, here we have an option called permissions. Go here, edit AMI permissions. Now, you want to share publicly with everyone. You select it. Whoever knows your snapshot instance AMI ID, they can launch it. Otherwise, privately share with AWS account. Add account ID. Give that 12-digit account ID. Give that 12-digit account ID. Share AMI. That will be shared with that guy. Okay, so that guy can simply launch an EC2 instance from that golden AMI. Okay, this is a process to share an entire EC2 instance from one region to another region, from one account to another account. Okay, you need similar server in another availability zone also. Same process we follow. Okay, so periodically we are going to review our EC2 instance patches and everything. We will create golden AMIs and we are going to keep that resource ready. Whenever any new request comes, we don't build from scratch. We are going to have customized AMIs. From that AMIs, we are going to launch it. Got it? Yeah. Any questions on this golden AMI, guys? Any questions from golden AMI?
So same thing works for Windows also, Avinash?
Yes, I'm going to demonstrate for Windows now.
Okay.
Yeah. All right, let's go with the Windows instance. Okay, same thing. I'm going to launch a first instance. I'll get connected to it. I'll change administrator password. I'll do some basic settings. I'll create a golden AMI. I'll launch and I'll verify. Just for your comfort only, I'm explaining with Windows. Otherwise, we're done with the concept. We can go further. Launch instance. Okay, so I'm calling it as a base Windows. And I'm going to take Windows 2016 base, not core, just base. And I'm going with T2 micro. Key pair, I'm going with my Windows KP. And I'm going to choose an existing security group, that is my Windows SG. Let's verify. Okay, it is opened with specific network IP. I'm not sure whether I'm in the same network or IP address may change. 125.5. It is same IP address, so we are good. Okay, so then 30 gigs, I want to add one more GB volume. Okay, how to make it available also I'll explain now. That additional volume. Then click on launch instance. So generally, as I told you, whenever we launch Linux instance, Windows instance, right? We cannot get connected to it immediately. We need to wait for at least 3 to 4 minutes. Okay, then only we can get connected to it. Can we increase golden AMI volume size? Whenever you are launching an instance from golden AMI, you can do it. But directly for golden AMI, you cannot. For example, this is a golden AMI, right? Okay, if you observe, is it showing any volumes here? No. Why? Because backend it has snapshots, but not volumes. But whenever you are launching instance, for example, I decided to launch an EC2 instance from this golden AMI. I clicked on this launch instance from AMI. I am giving a name. And in final step, okay, this is 8 GB, this is 1 GB. If I want, I can make it 10 GB or 20 GB and I can launch it. While launching from golden AMI, you can increase. But for golden AMI itself, there is no option to increase. Why? Because it's an AMI. We don't have any volumes. It has snapshots. Now, okay, meanwhile, I'll discuss one point. So this is a golden AMI, right? As I told you, AWS is going to create 2 snapshots in backend. Let's see whether it is created or not. Go to snapshots. You see here? Can we delete this? Let's try. You see? What it is saying? These snapshots are in use by Golden AMI. So you cannot delete when it is associated with an AMI. If you want to see which snapshots are associated, you select the AMI. You see, observe this block devices. Snap, this is a snapshot name. That is next to that 8, that is nothing but size. 8 is a size. Type is a GP2. Delete and termination is enabled. True. Okay, this is another volume. Snapshot 1 GB volume. Delete and termination is true, and this type also GP2. Okay, so you select AMI by observing this option. You can say which snapshots are actually used by this AMI. Okay, if you don't require this AMI, Golden AMI, what you can do? There is no delete option. You need to deregister this. Once you deregister, it will go away from your AWS account. Then you go to snapshots and it will allow you to delete it. Okay? Yeah. All right, Windows instance is ready. Let's grab the public IP address. Take MSTSC. You will get the remote desktop option. Give the public IP address there. Give the instance public IP address. Then give username as an administrator. Okay. Then give the password. For getting the password, select the instance, click on connect, RDP client, get password, upload private key file, go to the location where you have the key pairs and select the appropriate key pair, scroll down, decrypt password, copy the password, paste the password here, click on continue. Then click on continue again. All right. So here instance is launched. Okay. So now I want to do some customizations here. All right. So first of all, I want to change the time zone. What is a time zone here? Basically, it works with the UTC time zone. Okay. I want to make it as a IST. So for that, there is a command, simple command. Open command prompt. Open command prompt. TZUtil, time zone utility, /s, give double quotes. In between, what time zone you want to set? Give that. I want to set India Standard Time. When I click on enter, you see here it's 9:49 AM. Okay, so I did my first modification. Second, I want to change this wallpaper. Okay, so you have any image, you copy that image. Do I have any? Okay, I have one image here. All right, I'm setting a wallpaper here. All right, I want to make this instance as a web server. I want to make this instance as a web server. So for that, I'm going to install IIS. There is a small service called IIS. If you install that IIS service, it will become as a web server. Okay, so for that, click on start. Go to server manager. Click on start. Go to server manager. And here the first option is add roles and features. IIS is an internal feature, default feature. You don't need to download and install anything. You just need to enable that feature. Okay, just click on add roles and features. It will take a minute or two. It won't be available immediately. Yeah, it's collecting inventory data. So basically these two should turn to red color. Then we can install. No, not ready yet. Okay, the turn to red. Add roles and features. Click on add roles and features. It is very easy, guys. No typical thing at all. Click on next. Role based or feature based installation, go with the default here. Okay, select the same server, do not change anything. Now, under this server role option, here, it is asking you to select Active Directory, DHCP, DNS, right? You see that web server, select it. Okay, so just check that and click on add feature. Then click on next, 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 install. That's it. This EC2 instance will become web server. First, I want to test it locally. So then what I can use? I want to test whether this web server configuration or the service is installed successfully or not. How we can test it?
Go to services.
You remember localhost? Yeah, if we go to services.msc, it will show, but we can go to a browser and we can see what web page it is delivering. Okay, so for that, we can use localhost option. I gave an example. You're standing in front of a mirror. So just open the Internet Explorer. Before installation, if you gave this URL, here, if you gave http://localhost/, it will try to load, and it won't give any output. Okay, what it is saying, this page can't be displayed. Okay, why? Because it is not correcting to localhost. Why? Because installation not happened. Once installation is completed, we will see what web page we will get. Okay, installation succeeded. Now you go to this browser and give a refresh. You see here, this is a IIS web page. It's a default web page, just like a test web page for our Apache. But somehow I don't want to get this page. I want to get my custom page. So then what? So in Linux, what we did, we went to var www.html. There we created index.html and all, and that is delivered as a web page, right? Similarly, when coming to Windows operating system, under C drive, go to this PC, C drive. Once you install IIS, you will get a folder called inetpub. Go inside that inetpub, www.root, create index.html here. Or if you already have in your local laptop, you simply copy and paste it. I think I should have one here. Do I have any? No. Okay, let's create one now. Give a right click, new text document. I'm taking text document. I need to rename it. Okay, I'm giving very simple one, the regular one, header. That's it. I'm giving a header one. This is my IIS web page. Closing the header, then file, save, and exit. It's created, but is that a HTML file? No, not yet. It's just a text document only. If it is a HTML, it should show as a HTML document. The reason, click on view, file name extensions, enable this. So it is a still TXT document only. So rename it, then remove this .txt. If you don't want to get into this, create in your local and copy it here. Okay, now go here, give a refresh. It is working as expected. Fine, it is working inside our EC2 instance, but is it works outside of our EC2 instance also? Let's give a try. I'm grabbing this instance public IP address. If I gave that here, it's trying to load, and it's going to fail. Okay, and error message is going to be request timed out. Error message is request timed out. Then what is the issue? How to fix it?
The security group you give only your local IP address.
Right. Security group. So my current EC2 instance security group is opened with, you observe, it opened with only 3389. But this URL works with HTTP protocol. HTTP port number is 80. Is 80 opened in the security group? No. So go to security group, edit, add new rule, select HTTP here. Okay, make it available for anywhere. Then save rules. Now you go here, give a refresh. It will work now. You see this? So your troubleshooting should always start from security group. Okay. So now that web server configuration is completed. Now I want to change administrator password, and along with that I have added 1 more GB volume, right? Is it available? Is it available along with the C drive? No, it's not available. I want to make it available. Okay, so for that also go to server manager, tools. You need to have little patience while working with Windows. Computer management. Go to computer management. Come on. Okay. In left pane, you can find this disk management. Give a double click. This is one option. If you are looking for command, Windows R, diskmgmt.msc. Directly this page will open. diskmgmt.msc. Same page will open. Okay. So you see here, this is direct command, that is manual process. Okay, now you see, this is a C drive that is 30 GB, it is online. But this 1 GB disk is offline. Make it online first. Give a right click, make it online. And it is showing as a not initialized. Give a right click, initialize disk with MBR, master boot record. Okay, now it is online. So we are good for now. So then right side, so far we made it online, but does it have any file system? Without file system, will our operating system can write anything into that? No. So give a right click, new simple volume. Next, what drive letter you want to give? D, E, F, you choose whatever. Then what file system? I told you that in Windows we have different file systems. FAT, FAT32, NTFS, ReFS. I'm going with NTFS. Click on next. and finish. So now this 1 GB volume is in online state. Okay, so if you go here, you can find D drive is there. You can go inside and you can create all your files and you can start writing all your data here. Okay, that part is clear. Now, when coming to Windows EC2 instance, one important step you need to follow if you are preparing Golden AMI. Key pair won't work for Golden AMIs. If you have a plan to use Golden AMI, you change administrator password. Otherwise, it won't work. Okay. So let's navigate to local users and groups. Users, here is administrator. Give a right click, set password. Give a password for this user. I'm setting password as some standard one. Okay, click on OK. The password has been set. It's Avinash1234. Right. If I forgot also, you guys need to help me to get it. Right. Even if you want to create a new user, give a new user, give a name. Right. So now create user. So a user created here. If I want to give additional permissions, I can go to like, administrator. This is the task I asked you guys to perform, right? So I think I already explained this. Yeah. And provide remote desktop user permissions also for this user. Okay, so now we are good. We're done with all our modifications. We changed the wallpaper. We have written some data to the desktop. We changed the time zone. We made it as a web server. We created an additional user. We have changed administrator password. These all are the settings I perform here. Now, the recommended setting is stop. For Windows, make sure you stop it. Okay. Once instance is in stopped state, so then create a Golden AMI. From Golden AMI, launch your EC2 instance. Okay, so you can get connected and you're going to have all the settings.
Avinash,
Yes.
what are the basic issues from the security groups? You can please tell me. That means I am connecting to server. It is showing the remote computer not available on network. The remote computer is turned off. Remote access to server is not enabled. These are the reasons showing me for connecting to Windows server. The major issues coming from the security groups, you can tell me.
Okay. So those all not issues from your security group. First of all, whatever error it is, regardless of error, that's what I'm mentioning from long time onwards. Regardless of your error, first go and verify your security group. If you are not able to get connected to it, verify security group. If you are not able to access web page, go and verify your security group. If you're not able to access any service, go and verify security group. Okay. Anything depend on security group. Not just one common error, two common errors. If it is a connectivity issue, verify security group. Okay, I'm selecting Windows instance, images and templates, create image. I'm giving a image name. Okay, so Golden AMI Windows is a name. And 1 gigs is an additional one, 30 gigs is a one. I'm good with that, then create an image. So now one Golden AMI will create here. Windows size is a bit huge, right? 30 GB. It will take around 1 or 2 minutes. Okay. So first, if you have an EC2 instance, if you're not able to get connected to it, select the instance, go to security and verify under inbound rule what ports opened and to where it is open. If it is a Windows 3389, RDP must be open, otherwise you won't get connected to it. If it is a Linux, port number 22 must be open, otherwise you cannot get connected to it. If you made that EC2 instance as a web server, if you are not able to get output of your web server, even through if your service is in running state, go and verify port number 80 is open or not. Okay? Yeah. It's in pending state. Generally, in organizations, we use golden AMIs, guys. Yes, we use golden AMIs. We always don't launch instances from scratch. We don't configure everything from scratch. We will have standard golden AMIs. So, in like, you know, for example, you got any modifications and all, you do an instance, you do it in a base instance, or launch one from golden AMI, do the modifications. So then create a new golden AMI. So if any golden AMI you're not going to use anymore, what you can do, you can go here, manage AMI deprecation. Okay, this deprecate AMI. For example, this AMI I want to use only for November 30. Then I can deprecate it. Okay, so after November 30, if anyone is trying to launch, what it will show, you know, it will show as a out of date. Deprecated means it will be available, but out of date. Okay. So generally for every 1 month, we are going to review the settings and we will prepare a latest one. And sometimes we may not get any updates also. So like, you know, we will continue for next month also, same AMI. It's still pending. Yeah, I know that Windows is going to take some time. So meanwhile, if you have any questions, we can discuss.
Avinash,
Yes, sir.
in security group, we have edited inbound rules.
Yeah.
What are the, that means port numbers we are given custom or managed IP. That means in security group, the issue is connect. It is not connected to EC2 server. That means in RDP or SSH, we can connect them.
Yes, if you are not able to get connected to your instance, verify SSH if it is a Linux, verify RDP if it is a Windows. Okay.
RDP for Windows.
Yes.
Custom
I
or
repeated
with
this n number of the time, sir. This is not the first time I'm talking. If you
Course.
observe this document, no. If you observe this document, you remember here, I have given list of the port numbers and so this is not the first time. This we discussed almost like around almost a week back onwards. We are discussing the same thing, right? So these are the ones you need to. And what are those means? What is source means? What is my IP means? What is custom anywhere means? This is what. So I always recommend you to go with anywhere for now. Okay. Is that clear or you still have any question on that?
That means my IP means only for local.
Only your connected network IP address.
Anywhere means.
Anywhere means what exactly anywhere means? In general English word, right? Anywhere.
Yes,
What exactly the general anywhere means?
with we can
Forget about AWS anywhere. In general English, anywhere means?
we can connect anything. That means
Yes,
anywhere means
you can connect from anywhere. Anywhere means anywhere only. You can connect from anywhere. Right. Yeah, that is what anywhere means.
Sir, good morning, sir.
Hey, good morning.
Sir, you were sharing that Azure administration, you're teaching Azure also, sir.
That's already available in YouTube. Azure videos already available in YouTube. I don't take any dedicated session. But whatever Azure videos I prepared, right? I always compare with AWS and I did that.
We have that Azure
So-
video, sir.
Yes, yes. Just go to YouTube
Ah,
and search with AWS Avinash Reddy.
narration.
So you can find AWS Avinash Reddy. And here, when you go to playlist, you
Ah.
can find an Azure playlist here.
Mhm.
Microsoft Azure Administration. You
Mhm.
go through that, or else go to videos, and you can find that here.
Total admin is there, sir?
Yes, I need to make around 10 more videos. That
Uh-huh.
is pending.
Okay.
So from last 3 week onwards, again, I'm not getting any time. So I need to do 10 more videos. With that, like all Azure administration series will complete. I already did 20.
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
Azure DevOps also is there, sir? Only
only
Azure.
Azure. Azure administration.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
Yeah. All right. This golden AMI is ready. If you have any questions, I'll take after some time. Okay. This golden AMI is ready. So select the golden AMI, then launch. Oh, oh, please be on mute, sir. Thank you. Right, select the Windows one, launch instance from AMI, give a name from golden AMI Windows. Okay, it picked the golden AMI, T2 micro. Now, if I gave key pair, still it won't work. Either it is a temp KP, a different one, or new one, it won't work. So that's the reason we have this. Proceed without a key pair. It is not recommended, but for golden AMI, this option is there. So even I can select it, I can continue. You might get a doubt, okay, what if we give key pair, it might work, right? So to show you that I'm adding one, still it won't work. Okay, so then security group, I'm going to choose my Windows SG, 30 gigs and 1 gig, then click on launch instance. Okay, so now we launched one instance from Windows Golden AMI. So once it is ready, then we can get connected to it and we can verify whether we have all the settings or not. Okay. So again, this is going to take 3 to 4 minutes. Now, if you have any question, we can discuss. Now, I've given the
Avinash,
public IP address. 1 second, I am connecting. I'll take your question after some time. Okay, it is asking me to enter username and password. So we know the username, administrator. The password we have given custom password. I'm not browsing any key pair. Okay, so I'm giving the custom password that is Avinash1234. Okay, you see that is the password I've given. Then click on continue. Then click on continue. I've successfully connected to my EC2 instance. Did I browse a key pair? No. So in future, do I really need to share the key pair with any of the developer or who need this EC2 instance access? No, I can give public IP address, username, password. They can get connected to it. Okay. So we have the custom wallpaper. We have the copied data. We have the time zone. And also you can verify web server, whether web server is that IIS web server is working or not. IIS web server is working. And also additional 1 GB. Where is that? So you see here, if you go to this PC, along with C drive, we got the D drive, and I have not created anything inside it. Okay, so automatically we got all the settings, right? Now, if you try to browse this key pair, for example, somehow you decided, okay, I want to get connect by using key pair. So we have given temp KP, right? Click on get password. Password is not available. Even if you wait for 1 hour also, it will show same error. If you wait for 1 hour, 2 hours also, it will give same error. You see? It won't work. Why? Because for golden AMI, it is mandatory to change administrator password if you are using Windows. Okay. So that is a golden AMI concept. And one more point, if your volumes are encrypted with default master key, you cannot share it with another AWS account user. Just like a snapshot, no big thing, right? So with this, we have done with the golden AMI concept. And here, some tasks. The first one, launch a Windows EC2 instance, make it as a web server, verify security group, deliver custom web page with IIS. As it is a Windows, you need to go with the IIS. Okay, so whatever the instance you have taken here, do some customizations like adding some wallpaper, changing the time zones and all, and create a golden AMI. From that golden AMI, launch an EC2 instance and verify whether you got all the settings or not. Okay, that is another one. So then this is like, an article. If, for example, whenever you are connecting to a Linux EC2 instance, we are using key pair, right? But can't we use password directly get connected to it without using key pair? We can. For that, there is an article, follow this and disable it, just 3 settings. Okay, password authentication, enable it, set a password, and then restart the SSHD service. You just need to perform 3 to 4 basic operations. This is complete. Help article also available here. So use this help article and try to set up a password for user. Without key pair also, you should able to log into your EC2 instance by using password without key pair. The task 4, it's pretty simple. Launch a Linux instance, make it as a web server, add custom web page, create a golden AMI, test it. Okay. So these are the 4 tasks for today. All right.
Avinash,
Wait a minute, sir. I'll give a question and answers window. Okay, this is one thing. And next thing, now what to do with these golden AMIs? We created these golden AMIs, right? Do you have any delayed option? No. Once you're done with the practice, first deregister this golden AMI. Once you deregister, then go to your snapshot screen. Select your snapshots and delete the snapshots. Okay, only 2 deleted. Why? Because these snapshots still associated with my AMI. That is important. If you don't deregister this AMI, if you try to delete your snapshots, it won't delete. Okay, deregister first, then go and delete snapshots. All right. And it is nowhere dependent with these instances. Whatever instance you have, make sure you terminate it. Okay. Yeah. Someone is about to ask a question. I interrupted. Yes, please go ahead with your questions, guys.
Avinash, mobile exterm is for what? That means Linux or Windows?
Have you attended previous sessions?
Attended.
All the sessions?
That means some of sessions I missed it.
No, please go through the sessions. So mobile exterm, is it for Windows or Linux? Linux.
Only Linux.
For Linux.
Only
And
Linux.
only for Linux. Yes.
That means I am connecting to Windows. It is showing connected time there.
So that means, like, you are in a petrol bunk and searching for cinema ticket. Right. So you are using wrong. You're using wrong option actually. So if you're using Windows, I clearly have you read this document at least. Why? Because these documents clearly written it, right? Or have you followed the book at least? I shared the 250 pages book, right? So, or else have you Googled it at least? So Google have all the answers. You don't need to wait for me. You don't need to wait for me. Okay. So first Google it. Okay. So, make this thing as a habitual. It's not only for him. I'm pointing this for everyone. So first, if you are getting any issue, that error, copy that error, paste it in Google. Okay, Google will tell you something. Try to follow that. So you obviously need to improve your troubleshooting skills. Okay, so go with Mobile Xterm is only for Linux. RDP option is for Windows. If you choose wrong tool, it won't work. Okay. So please go through the book I posted. Okay, when we will finish our course roughly, this is right? So by this month end, we can target to. All right. Okay, let me deregister that here. Go to actions, deregister AMI, and see one thing I'm mentioning from very single day, very first day onwards. I'm asking you guys to practice on same day. If you don't practice now, today, if you're trying to practice to get connected to it and all, you may miss some points which I discussed earlier. But if you practice today itself, you can recall at least. You can refer the document at least. At least tomorrow morning, you can discuss with guy sitting next to you. Okay. So make sure you practice on same day. Have a 1 hour or 2 hours practice window. Whatever thing I explained today, okay, so the same thing you can practice within 30 minutes. Why? Because I want to explain from very scratch onwards what is the purpose and all. You know all those things. You just need to spend some time and you need to create the resource and test it. So hardly it will take 30 minutes to 1 hour. Okay, so spare that 30 minutes to 1 hour every single day. Okay, so then that's my personal suggestion throughout the course. You paid some fees, you're spending some time here, you're putting some efforts, but along with that 1 hour window is more important. Okay. Yeah. And make sure you terminate all your resources once you're done with the lab. Don't leave any resource in stopped state or running state. Okay, before signing out, go to EC2 dashboard. Apart from this key pair and security group, and however, these instances is okay. If it is in terminated state, this is okay. But remaining everything should be 0. No volumes, no snapshots, placement groups, no IP addresses. Okay, you guys take care about that. This is not deleted, so I need to delete it manually. All right. So yeah, everything is clear. All right, that's it for today's session. See you again tomorrow. Spare some time and please practice, guys. Right. Thank you.